Pancho, Panchito, tú eres mi amorcito. Ay, Pancho, Panchito, tú eres mi amorcito. Ay, Pancho, ay, Pancho.
Warning, the following videos aren't intended to hurt and or bully anyone. It's solely my job in salvation to report on what's going on with the YouTube community and give my opinion because my opinion matters. Sorry about that. Weenie Hut Jr. discretion is advised.
We're just focusing on co-parenting. We are not, I repeat, we are not back together. Like, it was never even a question. It was never even a, like anything. Basically what had happened was that obviously we co-parent, like, or we've been trying to like co-parent. I don't think Daniel is a bad person, even though everybody thinks he's so crazy. He's a little crazy, but even though everybody thinks he's so crazy, I don't think he's a like actually crazy, or like I don't think he's a bad person. Like, obviously I spent like a lot of years with him, and I think he just still is obviously struggling. Like, he posted about this, so that's why I'm talking about it. He's still obviously struggling with like his alcohol problem. That's genuinely really the reason why we like broke up. Like, I feel like in my breakup video I like was really beating around the bush a lot, but really the real reason I feel like why we really broke up is because of the alcohol. Like, yeah, he cheated on me or whatever, but like honestly, like, we maybe could have moved past that, but it was like the cheating, the alcohol, the like getting cussed out all the time and shit. Like, it was just too much at that point. Like, at the end, I'm not gonna lie, like at the end of our, we should have like split up like honestly like the first like year that we were even together. But oh well. But like at that, like, it just like when you like are with someone for that many years, like you get attached to them, and like it's hard to leave a relationship like that. And at first, when I first met him, he wasn't like that. Like, he didn't have like an alcohol problem like that. Like, we would drink a lot. Like, we would drink when we first like met. Obviously we were like a lot younger, so like we would drink a lot like every single weekend. Not a lot, but like we would drink every single weekend at like his sister's house. And then I don't know what ended up happening with him. Like, something, I don't know what switched in him, but he started to like just get not do well with alcohol, like at all. Like, he started to not do well with alcohol, and I gave him a lot of chances like throughout the years for him. It wasn't like that all the time though. He always says like, oh, you act like I would like do that every single day. He wouldn't do that every single day, but like towards the end of our relationship, like it literally would just take like him having like 1 or 2 beers, or like it was just like, I'm not gonna dabble too much into that. I feel like I'm starting to talk a little too much, but towards the end of the relationship, like it was just so many times that he would tell me like, oh, I'm gonna stop drinking. And then I think like I said, I think he just struggles with that alcohol problem. And that was really like the main reason. We had a lot of issues though, and it wasn't just him, so I'm not just blaming him. Like, I definitely had like faults in the relationship too, but at the end, like, it was just bad. Like, we were just having, it did take a lot for me to walk away from like that relationship. Obviously, like, I was with him for a lot of years, and like when you have kids with someone too, like it's hard to like leave because you feel bad, and like obviously you want your family and stuff, but at the end, I just like, I feel like one day you just wake up and you just know like, oh, like this is it. And I think I did, like, I just one day woke up and I was like, oh, I remember I had literally a specific moment when I was like, oh, like this is never gonna work out. I'm not gonna say like what it was, but like I just remember he did like something, and it wasn't even like when he cheated on me. Like, when he cheated on me, like I was trying to forgive him, and like we were together still for like almost, not together, but we were like trying to work things out still for like almost 2 months. But like I just could not get over the fact that like how everything happened, and then like also like just the way that he handled things after. Like, I couldn't like forgive him really, because like just like a lot of shit. Like, girl, if I told y'all everything that happened that night, like, girl, that shit was the most traumatizing night of my life. Like, I was not like well, because when you have kids with somebody, like I feel like when you have kids with somebody and they cheat on you, that's like a different type of like betrayal. So to me, I was kind of like, how could he do this to us, like when we were like a family? And at that time we were literally about to close on our house. Like, there's so many different things, like our life was gonna be better. But yeah, I feel like my life is way better now, though, now that we're not together. Like, I don't see myself with him again. Like, and like I said, like the whole reason I'm even saying this is because like I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's just not like, we're not like on the same level. Like we don't think like the same about a lot of things. Like he keeps things like very one-sided. Like he definitely like ever since we split, like he always tries to make my life really hard. Like if he sees that I'm talking to someone or I'm with somebody, like he tries to make my life really hard. But like I've definitely heard a lot of things that he's done since we split, and I never get into like his personal life or anything. So I'm like, it's like a very one-sided thing. But genuinely, it was his alcohol problem that like, it was the alcohol really that like towards like that last year that we were together, like he was actually sober for like 6 months. Like he was completely sober for like 6 months. And then like he just started spiraling like crazy, like a lot of like crazy shit. Like I was like, no, this is like not normal, like the things that like he's doing. And I could tell that he was just like struggling with it. Maybe I should have been like looking back, maybe I should have been like maybe more supportive like during that time, because obviously he was like struggling, he had a real problem. But at that point, like I had already been dealing with that like for like years already, where he would tell me like I'm gonna stop drinking, I'm gonna be sober, I'm not gonna drink anymore. And like you don't want to be in a relationship where like you're always having to baby someone, or like at the end too, I felt like he hated my guts, because whenever like you're with someone and they don't do what they're supposed to and you're nagging at them, like men literally hate when you nag at them. Like they hate that shit. Like they will hate your guts. So I think at the end, like Daniel just like hated my guts, because like I was always like constantly nagging at him. But I was nagging at him because he wouldn't do what he was supposed to do, you know? But like I said, I had definitely a lot of faults in the relationship too. At the end, like I feel like we both didn't have respect for each other, like on both ends. Like I definitely, like we did not have respect for each other anymore. Like we were having like really crazy, like toxic ass fights at the end, where like sometimes even like I just felt like this is like not okay for us to be fighting like this. And like at that point, Sophie was like starting to kind of understand like what was going on, and stuff. She would be like crying and stuff. So I was like, no, like this is not like okay. And then at the end, like I feel like everything happens for a reason, because at the end, like we just ended up like actually splitting. And I remember like thinking like that I could not be without that relationship. And then like slowly like time just passes, and then like slowly time just passes, and like it just becomes normal again. Like at first my life felt like really weird, like that I didn't have like my family anymore. Like it just felt weird. But like now my life, I feel like now my life is so much better. My life feels so like different now. Like I'm in like such a different like place in my life now, where like I genuinely just do not like see myself back with him. Like I do care for him. Like I'm always gonna care for him. He's like the father of my daughter, even though he don't be having my back like that. And even though he like still has his, I genuinely, like I said, I don't think that he's a bad person. I think that he just still struggles with his alcoholism. Like he's like, I've heard like different things that he's done. I'm not gonna say that obviously on camera, but like he be judging me a lot. But like I'm like, who are you to judge me like on the things that I do? When genuinely, like even though the internet doesn't see everything, like it doesn't really bother me when the internet calls me a bad mom though, because I know like the type of mom I am, and I don't really need to prove it to them. And I know it shouldn't bother me when Daniel calls me a bad mom. It's not necessarily that it bothers me. It's just like it's crazy to me that like he can like disrespect me, like continue to disrespect me like that, when I'm literally the mother of his daughter. So I'm like since we started co-parenting, like he's definitely like he's made it like literally impossible for me to co-parent with him. Like I feel like I'm like explaining to him, hey, like I go really easy on you. Like I've like showed him so many different schedules that like we could do together. I don't ask him for a single dollar a month. So I'm like, if I take you to court, like they're gonna make you pay me something. Like why are you making my life so hard? But like I said, I don't think he's a bad person. I think everything he's doing, it like is coming from a place of hurt. So I'm trying to give him grace. But like recently we were kind of like starting to co-parent okay. But then like he started like after he broke up with his girlfriend, he started like getting crazy on me again, like over everything. So like he didn't see Sophie for like 2 weeks, because I just decided that it it was best to like not even like I was just like done putting up with the bullshit. So we had basically like an agreement like on what days was his, what days were mine. And like obviously if like he really really absolutely needs to bring her back to me, like then yes. But I remember I had, like, basically the whole reason why this whole, like, basically, like, little argument started again, because we were kind of getting along for a little bit. Girl, but it's your fault as well for allowing to go to court. Honestly, too, like, if you guys don't, like, know the situation, and if you're not in our shoes, like, you can't really, like, say, like, you know? Like, me, personally, I would rather just, like, not go to court and not have to, like, do any, like, deal with that. Just because I have friends that have babies and stuff, and, like, I've just heard, like, bad stuff about going to court. I would rather us, like, and we don't talk. Like, we do not speak at all. Before yesterday, I had literally just barely unblocked him that day. So, like, we don't speak at all. Like, at all. But it's, like, a constant thing of, like, we're getting along, and then, like, he fucks it up again, and then, like, I have to block him again. So, obviously, yeah, like, eventually it's gonna come to the point where, like, I know, like, we're gonna have to, like, go, like, do an agreement. What made you unblock him? I unblocked him because, obviously, he is Sophie's dad, and, like, even though on the internet he's, like, acting super crazy, he's not, like, actually crazy. I think he's just coming from a place of hurt. So I explained it to him yesterday again. Hey, like, we are never getting back together. Like, at this point, you need to move on with your life. Like, what did you expect me to do? Not move on with my life? So this all started because, like, 2 weeks ago, like, I took her to his house, and I took her asleep. Like, I thought I did him a favor, and I took her asleep. And he was like, I get off to, like, give him the baby, and he was literally like, you gave her melatonin, huh, bitch? I was like, I didn't give her anything. But, like, he was so, like, stuck on the fact that I gave her, like, melatonin to go to sleep. It was, like, damn near 11 o'clock at night. Like, she was sleeping. He was like, as soon as I hand her to him, he's like, you gave her melatonin, huh, bitch? I'm like, no, I did not. I didn't give her anything. It's because of that. So I literally was just like, hey, like, when he starts, like, cussing at this point, I literally just ignore him, because, like, there's no point in, like, going back and forth. Like, if it's not about Sophie, I just be ignoring it. But then he literally, like, an hour later, like, he hadn't even had her for 2 hours. Like, it was the first day I had dropped her off. He was like, she doesn't want to be here, I'm taking her back to you. And I'm like, to me, I'm kind of explaining to him, hey, like, you need to, like, make her want to be with you. Like, if you don't, like, I don't want Sophie to have, like, an absent parent. I know he's a good dad. He just needs to, like stop letting he needs to put his emotions to the side and, like, put his daughter first. Because I feel like he's so worried about me being a good mom, because he's always constantly calling me a bad mom and shit, that, like, that he's, like, not being a good dad, when, like, he used to be, like, a really good dad. Yeah, so that's what I felt like. I'm being too lenient with him. So after that, I was like, hey, if you come drop her off early, like, I'm done. I'm not gonna give her back to you, like, until you, like you're gonna have to take me to court. It's because, honestly, I don't want to take him to court. I don't want to. Like, I don't want to have to deal with it. I know, like, I know it's probably, like, and at the end of the day, gonna have to come to that. But I just don't want to do that. So after that, he came, he dropped her off, whatever. So then, like, and then, like, I also had ended up blocking him too, because, like, dude, I'm getting cussed out literally for no reason. Like, I'm not even doing anything to you, and, like, you're literally cussing me. I'm not speaking to you, nothing. So that's why, like, that's another reason why I feel like we could never, ever be back together. Like, I don't think he's a bad person, like I said, but he clearly can't control his emotions like that, to the point where, like, if you really loved me and you wanted to be back with me, like, how are you still disrespecting me? Like, how is he still disrespecting me? So then I let, like, a couple weeks pass by. He didn't see her for, like, 2 weeks, and then, like, he kept messaging me. His family kept messaging me and stuff. So I was like, fine, you can come and see her, like, at the house. So he came and saw her at the house. He said that we should go eat. So I said, okay. Like, we've gone before to eat, like, for Sophie, you know? And then we went. Everything was going so well. Like, he was being kind and everything. And then we're in the car, and I take a phone call. And he literally got so triggered. Like, I hang up the phone. He's just like, Liz, stop being a hoe. I literally just started cracking up, because I'm just like, what? Like, we're 5 minutes into this car ride, and you're already cussing me out? Like, what the fuck? So I literally was just, like, laughing at him, and I'm just like, you're really gonna, like, call me out of my name like that? He did not say 304. He literally said the word I just said. Like I said, I think he just, like, is coming from a place of hurt. I don't think he's, like, getting over me. I mean, who would be mad losing somebody like me? I'm kidding. But That's it, guys. I'm just, I be trying to keep it cool with him, okay? He don't want to keep it cool with me. I was just trying to talk to him and let him know, like, hey, like, what are you trying to do? Do you want to like have an agreement? Like if you want to like actually like us to like co-parent properly, you can't be like always disrespecting me for no reason. I'm like explaining to him, hey, like my personal life is none of your business, because he keeps asking me like questions about me and my personal life. I'm like, hey, like my personal life is none of your business. I don't get into your personal life, so don't be like you're not entitled to like, because he like kept telling me like, oh, so are you single or not? Just tell me. That's what pisses me off, that you don't tell me. I'm like, I don't need to tell you anything. Like I don't owe you anything. And like we had agreed to make that TikTok, so we made the TikTok, and then he was mad, like telling me to delete it. And then at the end, then he's like, okay, fine, like let's make one for mine too. But I explained to him again yesterday, like, hey, like you need to move on with your life. Like, we're not getting back together. Like, if you aren't single though, then you shouldn't be going out with him. It says who? Like, I can do whatever I want with my life. Like, he's still my daughter's father. And I wasn't gonna let him take her that night, because like she's not used to going with him anymore. So like we can all go out to eat together. Like it's fine. He said we were gonna like keep it civil. It didn't go that way, but it's okay. Like, I mean, it's not okay, but like anyway. So I told him yesterday, I was like, hey, like we can go to court and like just like do an agreement. Like I'm not gonna take you to court and try to fight you for this and try to fight you for all this stuff. Like we can just go and like just so we can have like an actual schedule. But he's telling me, please, like no, like he doesn't want to court. So I'm gonna give him one more chance to like get his shit together and stop. Like maybe we can co-parent properly anymore. I think he like wants to like obviously be back with me, but I already know, like honestly, like I'm already past that point. Like I care for him, but like I don't love him anymore. Like I do care for him, like he's my daughter's father, but I don't love him anymore. And like I just know like shit would never be the same, and I just like don't see any change anyways. Even if I wanted to be back with him, like there's no change, so why would I go back to that just for us to like cause her more trauma, you know, like when we break up again. And like I don't even know how to go about like even going to court and like doing all that stuff. Like I know other people that like that they never went to court. They just like have like a verbal agreement. That's what I would like hope that we could like do, or like that's what I've been hoping that like we can like keep doing, you know. He says like he's sober now. He says he hasn't drank in 2 weeks. I hope like he really does keep it up like that. And if he doesn't, that's on him. Like as long as my daughter's safe, like I know he's a good dad. I know he can be a good dad. I know he was a good dad before. Like I think he's just like still struggling with the breakup, and like he still doesn't understand. But to me, it's just like we don't have the same mindset at all. So like there's no point in even like in us even like ever trying to get back together. Like we don't have the same mindset. Like he could take her, like he can take her, but I'm not gonna go, because like bro, it was like fucking 5 minutes into it, I already called a hoe twice. That was crazy to me. So he was like saying how like, oh no, we've been talking, like Liz's been giving me false hope. I was like, show the text then. He's like, it was through phone calls. I'm like, show the phone calls. Like I would like for us to like co-parent properly though. And I just be trying to explain to him, hey, Sophie's not gonna want to be with you if you like keep being disrespectful to me. Like I'm her mom, like she loves me.